Welcome to the Growing Your Business podcast, a program created to answer the question, what's in it for me, for both the business and their customers. Today's guest had this to say.
Opened my own business because I got tired of how many snakes are in my business, quite frankly. They take advantage of people all the time. And so I thought, you know what, I can do a better job. Just be honest with people and be straightforward. Tell them what good, bad, and ugly, whatever it is. And, you know, that's how I do business.
Now, stay tuned as we hear more on their values, mission, and why they continue to grow their business. So joining me today on the Growing Your Business podcast, I have in the studio Doc Holiday Davis with Davis Custom Construction. Doc, good to see you here.
Good to see you, buddy.
So let's unpack that name. Real name.
Real name. It's first, middle, and last. A lot of people don't really believe me because they think I'm messing around, you know. But I'll show them it's on my gun license, so that works out great. Well, here's the funny thing. When I say my name is Doc Holiday Davis, I say that's my real name. If you're real young, you don't have any idea who that is. And so they just look at me like, okay, why are you saying that, weirdo?
Right, right. You know, but most of us above a certain age, absolutely.
Definitely know. And then I ask them, do you know who John Wayne is? And if the answer is no, then I'm like, okay.
We'll just stop it there.
Yeah, we're leaving it there for sure.
And we'll talk about something else, I guess. I had the same problem, Doc, because my first name is Buddy. Yeah. And it's the same way on my gun license, driver's license, passport, everything. It's my mom thought it'd be easy for me to make friends that way.
Right.
So
well, you know, and I say Buddy a lot, which is kind of funny.
As do I.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah. But let's jump into your business, because Davis Custom Constructions, you've been in business for how long, Doc?
I've been in construction for at least 30 years, but I've owned my own business. I had a partner for a little while, and then I shifted to just my company. So my company, Davis Custom Construction, has been around at least 15 years.
Oh, yeah. You've been at it a while.
Right.
So tell me what sets you apart.
Well, here's the difference in me. I worked as a national catastrophe team adjuster, team manager, and trainer for State Farm for 15 years, so I covered the country. So I'm really an insurance expert, which is not something you really want to learn because it's like watching grass grow. But anyway, and then I got tired of traveling. I did about 285 days out of the year, so I opened my own business because I got tired of how many snakes are in my business, quite frankly. They take advantage of people all the time. And so I thought, you know what, I can do a better job. Just be honest with people and be straightforward. Tell them what good, bad, and ugly, whatever it is. And, you know, that's how I do business. And so what makes me different is all customers have my name, you know, have my cell phone. If I have a customer that needs help, they have my cell phone. I'm the owner of the company. I'm on every job site, you know, so I'm different is I don't believe in door knockers. I don't believe in robocalling. That's very annoying. I mean, I've had it happen to me. Nobody wants their door knocked on. I mean, apparently it works because people still do it.
Sure.
Why anybody would trust somebody knocking on the doors? But hey, that's whatever.
It's for them to learn in time.
For them to learn for sure. I can tell you story after story on that one.
I'm sure.
Go ahead.
So for a lot of us out there, when we hear custom construction, you know, with Davis Custom Construction, what does that mean? What would you say is your primary customer?
Anybody pretty much that owns a home is my primary customer. That really wants things done right. You know, at a fair price is kind of where I'm at with it. Custom means most of the work I do, I'd say 98% of the work I do is insurance work. You know, you've had a hailstorm, windstorm, something like that come around, you need a roof. And so I can customize that roof for your house and also work you through all your insurance claim and all that stuff because I'm actually an insurance expert. You know, a lot of guys say they are, but I actually am. So I know how to battle your insurance if necessary, work with them if necessary, and negotiate accordingly. That's just part of my service. I don't charge extra for that. Any of that is just part of what I do. And so I can walk you through your whole claim process so that you're a lot more comfortable with what's going on. You're not. I don't want anybody to feel like they're taken advantage of. I don't like these companies that come out and try to run over customers. I don't do that. We're a partnership. I've got to trust them. They've got to trust me. I like to lay it all out on paper. This is what you can expect, and that actually happens. And, you know, I get a phone call, and we move forward.
Now, I imagine you handle when we're at our worst, which is when we've had a storm.
Right.
But also custom, as in someone's just thinking about updating a bathroom, a kitchen,
right.
a new patio.
Sure.
Talk to me about some of those projects you've done.
Well, I've done some of those projects, but I also am connected with a lot of people that I've vetted. So if somebody's looking for a bathroom remodel, then I vetted a bathroom remodeler I know, and so I can connect them with them. And usually, one or two ways I handle that. One, I can go, okay, you can work directly with them, and that'll save you a little bit of money. If you want me involved, then I'm going to have to charge you accordingly. To run the deal. Some people would love that because I've helped them with their roof or gutters, all the stuff around their house. I even have a lady who calls me every time her sprinkler goes out. Hey,
because you know people that can take care of that.
I know people, plumbers, electricians, all that, and everybody I recommend, I vetted personally. Now, because I'm old school, my name is on it. Davis is on it. My name is Davis. I own the company. If I'm going to refer somebody, they need to know what they're doing. Because I deal with customers from, $200,000 houses to $5 million houses. I mean, but everybody's treated the same. Just because you live in a gated community doesn't mean the price goes up. And we could spend hours talking about that too.
I'm sure.
But anyway.
Well, speaking of community, so the area around your service area is DFW and beyond. What's your ideal service
Pretty
area?
much. Yeah. Like I said, everything I do is referral only.
Yeah.
So if I had a lady out in Rockwall call me, I did her niece's house in Frisco. So I go, well, I don't know about going to Rockwall. And she says, well, I have a little farmhouse out here. You did my niece's house. I'll see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock. And she hangs up, right? And I go, well, it looks like I'm going to Rockwall. So I get out there, and I'm thinking little farmhouse, no big deal. Her house is gigantic. I mean, it's probably 7,000 square feet, easy. Easy. And I go, I thought you lived in a little farmhouse. She goes, I do live in this part of the house. And it used to be a farmhouse till we added on. I went, okay. So, and then I go to South Arlington, out to Rockwall, Crum, as far north as Pilot Point. It's just, like the other day I was on the road, I may have been South Arlington, then Prosper, then, Plano, and then Carrollton, then over to Crum. I just go wherever the customers call me. So I don't particularly have a area other than
where your customers are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I get referred. The reason why I like referrals is because, number one, they know what they're getting, which is big. And number two, it's good for my business. I mean, because I know if I'm going to talk to somebody, they vetted me, so to speak, and they know that I'm going to take care of them, so I don't have to deal with all that part of it. And I have better customers, better closing ratio, that kind of thing. And so it's really good. It's good for them. It's a win-win.
Well, I think anybody listening or watching can tell that a company like yours that only does referrals,
right,
that says a lot about your knowledge, your skill, your time in the industry, obviously,
sure,
but also trust.
Exactly.
Because people don't refer people that they don't trust.
Right.
So for someone who does 100% of their business, I mean, I imagine you get some cold calls like everybody else, but would prefer, obviously to stay. And it sounds like you're busy.
I am. Yeah. I'm busy.
And that says a lot too.
The thing is I don't have a bunch of people running around promising the world, and I did have a couple of sales guys at one point because they just got so busy. But my problem is that, they'd overpromise things and underdeliver or charge people more than they should. So I pretty much nixed that pretty quick. What we do is all above board. I sleep well at night. I'm sure I'm going to mess up on accident.
We're human.
So, we're human. So I don't want to mess up on purpose and try to cover up this lie to that lie to that lie. Life is just too short for that. It's just bad karma. So, yes, everything I do, I'll put a sign in somebody's yard mainly because my guys can find the house. I've never gotten a phone call off a sign. I've never gotten a phone call off signs on my truck. I get some stuff off the neighborhood, next door or Google. But that's usually from somebody's talked about me and they say, hey, I read about you through this. So, which works out pretty good. But I would say 99% of my business is 100% referral.
Stay with us. The Growing Your Business podcast will return right after this. The Growing Your Business podcast is sponsored in part by Ready to amplify your brand's voice? At Blue Mike Studios, we transform your ideas into captivating podcasts and videos. Whether you're launching your own show or guest starring on ours, we've got you covered. From recording and editing to social media promotion. With state-of-the-art 4K video and crystal clear audio, your content will shine. We offer guest packages on our podcasts and offer segments from the show for you to share. Or let us help you build your own branded podcast with custom strategy, branding, and full production support. Visit BlueMikeStudios.com today and let your voice be heard. Please check our show notes for sponsorship links and additional details. Now, back to the Growing Your Business podcast with Buddy Broyles. So, Doc, tell me about a customer that was really important to you, that you helped them from the beginning, solved a problem. Give me an example of that.
Okay. I have a couple of examples, but I'll give you one that really sticks out in my mind. I had a lady customer, and she's probably 85 if she's a day, okay? And a roofing company come out there and been messing with her big time, taking her money, all kind of stuff, sending her threatening letters, And so I had a customer refer me to her, and it was her daughter, because I'd done her daughter's house. And anyway, mom thought she was doing the right thing, hiring this person that knocked on their door. So I get out there and I go through all their paperwork. Well, they're charging her an exorbitant amount to put a roof on a shed, like $7,000 to put a roof on a little tiny shed. They're just doing all kind of nonsense. So I got on the phone with them, called them with her there, and I said, hey, look, y'all going to need to release this lady from her contract, And I talked to the insurance company, kind of went through the process of what should be happening out here and what's going on. The insurance company got involved and, got the claim paid properly. And then when I called, I said, hey, listen, if y'all want this lady to meet you in court, she'd be happy to. Now, you need to understand that who I am and the experience I have, I'm going to be with her. And by the way, she's going to be showing up in court with a walker, okay? And you're taking advantage of a lady on a fixed income. So I said, we're going to need that in writing that you're releasing her from her contract. Well, they did. Now, I wouldn't do that if the contract was legit. I'd have just said, hey, look, these are legit items, legit things. But they were just out of control and trying to bully this little this senior. Well, so I got a lot of pleasure in helping that lady. Now, most of her money had already kind of been burnt up in this scenario. So it wasn't like I could charge her normal. So but I was able to help that lady out a little bit, which all comes back to you, One other thing that really sticks in my mind, I had a lady that had a roofing company had put a roof on her house. She had a leak. They came back and fixed this leak 3 times, and they charged her all 3 times to fix a leak they created. And then they told her roof is just designed to leak. And I go, what? That is no, that's a no. I mean, come on, really?
Let's be real.
So I get up on the roof, and it's a little piece of flashing, just needed to be adjusted. I made the adjustment to it, sealed it in its place. I came back down and said, ma'am, the roof's going to be fine. When it rains, if it's leaks, call me. She called me and said, I have 0 leaks. She goes, what do I owe you? And I said, oh, no. You've already been taken advantage of way too many times. Just call me if you ever need me in the future, okay? Things like that really bring a lot of joy to my day. I mean, did it cost me to go there? Sure. But, it's good vibes. It's good. It's a good feeling to take care of a good customer.
And, it's important as all of us is growing our business and doing it that you do right.
Sure.
Do right and good, because then you can sleep well at night.
Then you don't have a problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm telling you right now, most customers don't understand I have to trust them before they trust me when I'm talking with a customer. And they go, what do you mean? I said, well, I've got to put all the material on the roof. I got to pay for that. I got to pay all my crews. I got to pay for that. And then you have to pay me for the job done. So think about it. All the material, all the labor has been paid for by me. Then I get paid from you. So I have to trust you to pay me. They go, oh. I said, yeah, so that's what working as a team looks like, So let's pick the color. And I usually let the ladies pick the color. Some man says, I want this color, and I'm going, no, dude. I got to tell you a funny thing real quick. Okay. I have a $2,000 upcharge for a hunter green roof. Not because it costs more, because I want you to feel the pain of putting $2,000 pain of putting a 100 green roof on your house that your house is never going to sell. Right. So I want you to feel the pain right now. I said, and I had one guy go, "You really charge?" I said, "Yeah, and I collect it right now, right now." And the guy goes, "Well, I want 100 green." And wife's like, "We're not doing 100 green." Well, he writes a $2,000 check to me, right? And I go, "Hey, I tell you what, call me this evening. Let me know. Y'all talk about it. Let me know." Hour later, he calls me and goes, "We've changed our mind. We're not going to do the 100 green." I go, "You're a smart man." So I said, "Hey, I tell you what, you want to hear me shredding your check, or would you like me to just mail it back to you?" He goes, "Just shred it." I go, "You come to your senses. That's great."
Yeah, and that's experience talking right there.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I can give some advice on color. With a brick. Obviously, I've been doing it for so long. I know what works, but ultimately, I'm like, y'all pick it, and usually let the wife be involved, especially gutter color, paint color. I mean, come on. If you're a smart man. Yeah. Just saying.
And want to stay married.
Yeah. Yes. Show some respect to your wife. Women are smart. Let them be smart.
Yeah. Obviously, a referral is best.
Sure.
But let's say someone's watching the show, listening here, and they're like, I get Doc. I want to be a customer. Sure. I don't have anybody refer me, but Doc himself referred me because I listened to the show.
Sure. Definitely. I'd appreciate that. You can reach me, and my email address is doc@davisroof.net. That's DOC@DAVISROOF.net. The reason why I spell that is because people make fun of how I say roof. They're like, "Dude, that's RUUF. There's no roof." Anyway, or you can call me on my cells, 405-514-0915. That's my direct cell. It'll ring, and I will answer the call all the time, and no matter what day or night. Now, if you call me,
let's be realistic, right? Yeah,
after
we're
11
still
o'clock
people,
and 5 o'clock in the morning, that's probably not a good time. But any other time, weekends, whatever, I'm always. I've been on vacation. I've been in Mexico taking phone calls. Whatever customers need.
But don't interrupt Doc's sleep, because
that's right.
we know the type of business you run, Doc. You sleep well.
That's right.
So let's be reasonable.
If you call me in the middle of the night, you're going to wake up a bear. And I usually answer.
Let's be kind.
Are you dying? No, call me tomorrow.
That's right. I'll take care of you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Doc, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your business, your passion for what you do, the important parts. I think you've got right, obviously, is you've got knowledge, skill, and the passion to do good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Buddy, I appreciate your time, buddy. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining us today on the Growing Your Business podcast. Please see the show notes for links to our sponsors, our social media, and to learn more about today's guest.